By the way, we could see blizzard conditions. In fact, we're expecting blizzard conditions. And with all of this, one of the things we want to drive home is the fact that the brutal cold is going to be moving in. Those wind chills are going to be well below zero. In fact, dangerously cold air. And if we lose power here, we're in for real problems. Take a look at the deep blue line here. On Monday in New York City, you see the temperatures well below zero in terms of those wind chills. So this is not the kind of weather you're going to be able to endure outside. We've got this big dip in the jet stream. It's opening the door for all of that bitterly cold air from the Arctic to be funneling in, and it's going to be hanging around for a while, folks. I hate to say it, but highs here in the Northeast, a good 25 to 35 below average. Even in the South, we're looking at 15 to 25 below average, Jen.
Yeah, today is going to be warm in comparison to the cold air when it arrives tomorrow. Well, let's talk more about Winter Storm Neptune and Interstate 95. I know this is a huge, busy stretch up there, and what's going to be happening is the snow is going to continue to move in. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and as we show you, as it makes its way over from west to east, we're going to see those winds picking up, and the snow is going to intensify. If you're going to be traveling, say, from Providence up towards Bangor, Maine, hopefully you're not going to be, because the snow will be heavy. This is 6 o'clock on Sunday. The snow with the winds are really going to be picking up, especially tomorrow in the afternoon as well as even into the evening hours. We look through Saturday, anywhere you've seen in the purple shaded area, darker areas, we're talking a foot or more. Boston, you're included in that, as well as into Portland, and the far parts of Maine could be looking at 2 feet. Stay with us.
Robitussin has a unique dual-action liquid that instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Control your cough with Robitussin.
Consequence number 5, the sleepless night. Sorry. Robitussin DM Max Nighttime's dual-action liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the consequences.
Robitussin has a dual-action liquid that soothes your throat and relieves your cough.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
Audi, proud sponsor of the U.S. Ski Team.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get 1921 prices on items store-wide, like a Torin 2-ton floor jack, just $19.21. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th one free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
Hey, buddy, you're squashing me. Liquid wart remover could take weeks to treat.
Embarrassing wart? Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away wipes them out fast with as few as 1 treatment.
Freeze Away!
Dr. Scholl's, the #1 selling freeze brand.
Next.
Expected wait time, 55 minutes. Your call is important to us. Thank you for your patience.
In the nation, we know how it feels when you aren't treated like a priority. We do things differently.
We'll take care of it.
We put members first.
Thank you.
Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
When you do business with Vince Marotta as a professional, you walk away with a friend.
Not only did Vince work harder than we expected, we had a great time.
What was really surprising is that Vince goes above and beyond what's expected of him as a realtor.
I'm Vince Marotta. Some realtors are looking for a quick sale. I'm looking to forge a lasting business relationship. Your journey begins at MarottaRealty.com.
Want to see more? Just voice search Festival Collective on your X1 remote app to find current films. Or go to On Demand to find Film Festival Collective under Get Local. Shipping and even pay the return postage.
Try No-No risk-free today.
Winter Storm Neptune.
It's going to be really rough out there. Travel's going to be very, very difficult.
Live coverage from across the region continues in a moment, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 63 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, plentiful sunshine, high 67. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mainly clear skies, low 47. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, a mainly sunny sky, high 74. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Julie Martin here with Dale Eck, the head of our Global Forecast Center. And Dale, you've been here for a lot of years. You have a lot of experience when it comes to these winter storms. And I know that you have a very close eye right now on what is happening with Neptune, which is really in the Midwest right now.
Yeah, right. It is expanding south. It is expanding east, and we expect that to continue. You can see snow now getting as far south as Kentucky. We've got snow in Louisville as well as Cincinnati, Ohio. A heavier band of snow from Muncie, Indiana to Columbus, Ohio, and as we head on up to the north and east, we've even got some pretty decent accumulating snow occurring right now from near Buffalo and Erie back toward Cleveland and Ohio. Already snow getting as far east as the Baltimore area, up into Albany. We're getting some snow, and even into western portions of New England, and that trend toward east and south is going to continue. Let's see how this will evolve. Here we are this afternoon. We can see the light snow developing, and then it will be expanding into New England. So this is generally light, but then as we get to tonight is when we expect that coastal low to start to develop off the New England coast, and what that will do is concentrate wind and heavy snow and blizzard conditions from down East Maine into eastern Massachusetts and even portions of Long Island. Even though the snow won't be as heavy, the winds will be brisk and fierce, and there's going to be some, you just don't want to be out in the conditions that we're going to be experiencing as we head on into later tonight and tomorrow morning for the northeast part of the country. Fortunately, though, the storm is going to keep moving along, so the amounts won't get ridiculous except for down East Maine. But where it does snow, the winds are going to be blowing and drifting that snow, and visibility is reduced.
Yeah, obviously places that don't need any more snow anyway, and Boston could see another 10 inches, which is totally ridiculous compared to what they've been dealing with. But when you talk about the wind, this is what is very concerning to me, because we've got the possibility of widespread power outages throughout the Northeast. Bitterly cold air behind this system.
Yeah, this storm is going to really intensify as we go on through the night tonight. From this evening right through tomorrow afternoon, we see it deepen tremendously, and that's going to lead to a lot of wind for the northeast part of the country, and even through much of the mid-Atlantic as well. Look at these wind gusts. Tomorrow morning, wind gusts between 40 and 60 all the way down to the mid-Atlantic. That is going to lead to a lot of power outages in this part of the country.
And then here's where we have the most widespread power outages right now. Looks like New England, certainly Boston. All of these places are, by the way, areas that typically have power lines that are above ground. So we want to stress that now's the time you really need to have that warm clothing. You need to have a backup plan if you lose power, because the crux of this is going to come overnight.
Yes, it is. And you're losing power, and then with these bitter cold temperatures, it's a dangerous situation, and we're really concerned about how widespread the wind and wind damage could be, the power outages, and again, it's so cold that your house will cool off very quickly if you don't have power.
Yeah, and that cold air is not going anywhere. It's going to be there for a while.
Exactly.
Okay. We want to talk now about the other storm system that is developing in the south. We'll go to Jed now for the latest on Octavia.
Hi there, Julie. Again, yeah, you're right. We are tracking Octavia, newly named about an hour ago. And this is a storm that's going to be bringing snow and ice to the south. And we're talking for several states. So let's start it off right now, showing you what's happening. Right now on the radar, you're not really seeing anything. But if we show you what's going on, we have winter storm watches in place for many of these areas, including Oklahoma, over towards Alabama, Birmingham, Nashville. You get the idea. I think a lot of this is going to be turned over to winter storm warning. This is going to be going through Monday as well as even through Tuesday. Tomorrow night, we're going to start to see a little line of that freezing, that mix setting up for southern parts of Missouri as well as into northern parts of Arkansas. And look at the purple, that's freezing rain. And really right along Interstate 40, this is where you're going to see the messiest and most dangerous travel due to Winter Storm Octavia, the freezing rain. This is on Monday. Snow around for Nashville. Nashville, you could be looking at some of your greatest snow amounts in 5 years. Wintry mix for you in Atlanta setting up for Monday as well as even in through Monday evening. We'll start to see that working up to areas like the Carolinas, as well as some of that snow working into southern parts of Virginia, talking to you as well for regions including, say, Danville, as well as right along 40. And then Monday night, looking at mostly rain to the very south, right along Interstate 10. We're going to continue to cover Winter Storm Octavia as well as Winter Storm Neptune, bringing with it hurricane force winds.
At Intel, they have technology that lets your face be your password. Oh, that is one secure password.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
Why do we do it? Why do we spend every waking moment thinking about people? Why are we so committed to keeping you connected? Why combine performance with a conscience? Why innovate for a future without accidents? Why do any of it? Why do all of it? Because if it matters to you, it's everything to us. The XC60 crossover from Volvo. Lease the well-equipped Volvo XC60 today. Visit your local Volvo showroom for details.
Crouching in average jeans. Crouching in Duluth Trading Ballroom jeans. Duluth Trading Ballroom jeans. The crotch gusset gives you room to crouch without singing soprano. Get a pair. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Coffequince number 5, the sleepless night. Sorry. Robitussin DM Max Nighttime's dual-action liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the consequences.
Jack's heart attack didn't come with a warning. Today's doctor has him on a Bayer aspirin regimen to help reduce the risk of another one. If you've had a heart attack, be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
I will take beauty into my own hands. Olay Regenerist. It regenerates surface cells. New skin is revealed in only 5 days without drastic measures. Stunningly youthful, award-winning skin. From the world's #1, Olay, your best beautiful.
There's nothing more romantic than a spontaneous moment. So why pause to take a pill? And why stop what you're doing to find a bathroom? With Cialis for daily use, you don't have to plan around either. It's the only daily tablet approved to treat erectile dysfunction, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right. Plus, Cialis treats the frustrating urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Why pause the moment? Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use. For a free 30-tablet trial, go to Cialis.com.
Currently in our area, 63 degrees under partly cloudy skies.
today, sunny, high 67. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 47. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, mainly sunny, high 74. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Winter Storm Neptune.
It's going to be really rough out there. Travel's going to be very, very difficult.
Live coverage from across the region continues in a moment, only on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. Time now for the latest on Winter Storm Octavia, our newest named storm, and it's going to be impacting the south. If you're keeping track, that is number 15, and we are still dealing with number 14, which is Neptune. And of course, we're following Neptune, but now we want to break down all the latest, what we're going to see in the south. We are going to be looking at snow as well as icing potential. For you, Atlanta, today is your nice day of the weekend because on Sunday, the cold air is in place. The cold air is in place at the same time. We're going to start to see some moisture coming in, and that means a wintry mix arrives for the afternoon commute for Atlanta. And what we're looking at right now, already watches out there anywhere you're seeing in blue: Nashville, Memphis, Little Rock, as well as Birmingham. I think this is going to be extended into a warning. This goes for the next couple of days. So the setup has still been really kind of the same over the last couple of weeks, where all the snow's been in the north. That's where the jet stream's been. But now it's taken this big dip to the south. At the same time, that moisture comes in, and we're going to see that coming through and producing some snow. With all that cold air in place, it's going to overrun it. We're also going to be looking at that icing potential as that front is going to be stalled out, just kicking in the moisture as this area low pressure will continue to just kind of ride along this front, bringing with it Octavia. And what we're looking at is anywhere between 3 to 5 inches of snowfall for Nashville. This is where the snow is going to be tomorrow night. Really going to start to see that icing setting up for southern Missouri as well as into Arkansas right around dinner time tomorrow. And then Interstate 40, this is where we'll be looking at the freezing rain. You see where the freeze line is. Anywhere north of 20 into 40, that's where we're going to see really kind of the worst of the driving conditions. Be careful out there if you're going to be from Memphis as well as into Nashville. Darker shades of blue indicating where the heavier snowfall is going to be. This is Monday night. We are still tracking that. Missouri, you get out of it, but then we're going to add in areas like Charlotte as well as parts of the Carolinas, looking at some snow, then icing there, and then rain to the south. Atlanta forecast there is going to be tricky. We're going to start off with that icing, seeing those temperatures warm up a bit, then getting cold again in the nighttime, and then we're looking at the potential for more of that wintry mix around on Tuesday. So the next several days ahead are going to be rough for you on the roadways in the south, and the same for the northeast as you are dealing with Winter Storm Neptune. Memphis, here's your forecast: 35 degrees for your Sunday, and then icy Sunday night. Monday, that wintry mix. And again, this is Octavia. This season has just really been incredible with all that cold air in place. And keep an eye, we're talking about dangerous wind chills impacting parts of the south as well. Over to you, Julie.
Yeah, snow and ice in the south, not a good combo. Not a good combo in the northeast when it comes to the winds and the bitter cold that we'll be dealing with as a result of Winter Storm Neptune. So let's take you through some of the cities that will be impacted by Neptune. Islip, New York, out on Long Island, Saturday night into Sunday morning. That's your timing for wind and snow. Providence, Rhode Island. In general, the same for you. Could go a little later into Sunday evening. Blizzard conditions likely in Boston, Portland, and Bangor, Maine, starting tonight, lasting all the way in some cases through Monday as we get into northern parts of New England. So here it is, that big dip in the jet stream that Jen was talking about. It's opening the door to all of this really cold Arctic air that's also coming in with this system. So as this low moves offshore this evening, it will intensify and those blizzard conditions will set in. The winds are going to be coming from the northeast, bringing in again a lot of snow, a lot of wind, maybe some coastal flooding, and bitterly cold air associated with this storm. Power outages certainly expected with this, as we could see even hurricane force gusts out on places like the Cape and Long Island. So taking you through today, in general, snow. It's not going to be so heavy in places like New York and Boston, Philly today, or even in Maine. We're getting some significant snow, by the way, though, already in places like Cleveland, where this storm is currently situated. As it moves across, though, tonight, that's where we'll see things really pick up. In the overnight hours tonight, looking at blizzard conditions in places like Boston and Maine, certainly going to be looking at some snow and wind coming into Long Island. New York City likely to pick up 3 or 4 inches of snow out of this system, and any snow that's on the ground is going to be blowing around, and so visibility is going to be nearly impossible when it comes to travel conditions here. Blizzard conditions extending tomorrow from Maine all the way down in through Long Island. So again, we're not out of it quite yet as we hit Sunday or Monday. And how much snow? Well, Boston, another 10 inches. I know that doesn't sound good.
All right, Julie, thank you. Well, there are many dangers associated with Winter Storm Neptune. Blizzard conditions and negative wind chills will affect New England today. Reynolds Wolf is in Boston to tell us how they are preparing for this bitter cold and snow.
Folks, there's no doubt that people across much of the region here are sick and tired of the winter weather, but they've got to deal with it. Mother Nature's been dishing out one storm after another. Now we've got Winter Storm Neptune that's on the way, which means more snow, more wind, and more ice. It also, at the same time, means more business for this gentleman, which would be Tom Isaacs. Tom, you are with, hold on a second, let's turn you around. You see right there, Ice Dam Guys. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell our viewers around America what exactly is an ice dam?
An ice dam is the buildup of snow and ice on a roof where you get a lot of snow that comes and then it melts and it blocks off the flow of water off your roof.
That cannot be an easy thing to clean up.
No, it's not. It's a very tedious, dangerous task.
Now, this tedious stuff that we've been dealing with here in terms of these winter storms, again, it's got to be good business for you.
Yeah, it's been excellent business. It's a perfect storm for work.
Well, what advice would you give people to try to deal with some of these problems in terms of ice dams? Is there anything people can do to help prevent it in the first place?
Number one thing is people need to get the snow off their roof. You can't have an ice dam grow if there's not snow. The snow is the fuel to the fire. So get your roof shoveled and get the ice dams removed is the best thing you can do.
Last thing as we wrap up, how are you guys going to stay warm over the next couple of days? I know you're busy, but at the same time, you got to stay warm, don't you?
Being up on those roofs with a steamer, it's like being in a sauna.
There you go. All right, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
All right,
we appreciate it.
Good advice, guys. We appreciate you. Let's send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Reynolds Wolf. Well, we're looking at the radar right now, and they are looking at Winter Storm Neptune kicking that snow around for areas including Cleveland, Buffalo, as well as Pittsburgh.
Yeah, some areas outside of Cleveland have already picked up about 5 inches of snow. Things are just getting ramped up for the Northeast. Worst time coming in tonight.
With diabetes, it's tough to keep life balanced. I don't always have time to eat like I should. That's why I like Glucerna shakes. They have slowly digestible carbs to help minimize blood sugar spikes.
Glucerna, the #1 doctor-recommended brand.
Great rates for great rides. Geico Motorcycle. See how much you could save.
They lived.
They lived.
They lived. We lived. Thanks to our Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Cofaquin's #5, the sleepless night. Sorry. Robitussin DM Max Nighttimes Dual Action Liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the consequences.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get 1921 prices on items store-wide, like a Torin 2-ton floor jack, just $19.21. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th one free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
Boston Market introduces our 2 for $20 complete meal deal. For just $20, get 2 individual meals, like our all-natural rotisserie chicken, 2 classic sides, 2 drinks, and 2 desserts, all for a limited time, only at Boston Market.
Hey, buddy, you're squashing me. Liquid wart remover could take weeks to treat.
Embarrassing wart? Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away wipes them out fast with as few as 1 treatment.
Freeze Away!
Dr. Scholl's, the #1 selling freeze brand.
Living longer. It's on the mind of every pet parent. And what we feed them matters. At Petco, pets are our sole focus. We handpick a unique selection of food to meet our high standards. Because when we feed them better, our companions thrive. Petco.
Currently in our area, 64 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 67. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 47. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, mainly sunny, high 74. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back as we continue to cover Winter Storm Neptune. Nearly a third of the country under wind chill warnings as a result. And we are looking at 26 states that are touched by these wind chills as well. We're joined now on the phone by Jake Navarro. He is a spokesperson for National Grid, serving power to Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New York. Thanks so much for joining us, Jake. I want to talk a little bit about the threat of power outages with this storm. We are looking at winds that will certainly be conducive for that. So how are you planning ahead?
Absolutely, and thanks for having me. Yeah, those high winds, especially in the coastal areas of Rhode Island and Massachusetts, as well as Nantucket, which we serve for electricity, are definitely a concern. Our electricity infrastructure has held up really well so far this winter, but it's always concerning when you have those hurricane-force winds. So we have hundreds of additional crews ready to go tonight and tomorrow. We've sent additional crews out to Nantucket on the ferries, and I think we should be ready to restore whatever power outages may occur.
And most of the lines there in your region are above ground, correct?
That's correct. That's correct. It's a lot of above ground infrastructure. And so, you know, when the wind really gets whipping through there, even though there's not a lot of snow expected to adhere to the lines in the infrastructure, it's going to be that dry, powdery snow that doesn't stick to anything. Those winds coming through just on their own can cause some pretty serious damage. So we're ready for that.
I think the biggest concern is the cold that will be following this storm. We're looking at wind chills 24 to 48 hours that will be well below zero, so life-threatening conditions. How urgent is this situation? And talk about just the mood there right now as we move into the overnight hours when a lot of people, frankly, are going to be sleeping as this happens.
Sure, exactly. And, you know, there's still a few hours before the storm really starts, before the snow starts to fly here in New England. So we're just urging our customers to get ready. We hope there aren't too many power outages, but certainly they could occur. So we want our customers to be ready for power outages. Go out this afternoon, get some batteries. If you need extra batteries for your flashlights, get an additional supply of water. just make sure you're ready for the potential for power outages and that you can stay safe in the cold tomorrow.
Because traditionally, it can take time to repair these lines. It's not easy for your workers either, your crews who are out there battling these winds and battling the cold and battling all of the elements out there. So it might not just be a day that someone is without power. It might be several days.
That's true. You know, our crews do a great job out there. They're really hardy folks. But, you know, safety is always our top priority during these storms, both the safety of our customers and also our employees. So, you know, for example, with those really strong winds, we can't put the bucket trucks that you see driving around, we can't put those up if the winds are more than 35, 40 miles an hour. It's not safe to do that.
All right,
so just be prepared if you do lose power.
Yeah, you mentioned the bucket trucks, and you know, it is one of your primary methods of really fixing those lines. So, you know, I think a lot of people forget that it's tough on you guys, just like it's tough on all of the people you're trying to help.
That's right. That's right. So, please be patient with us. Our customers have been, really gracious in being patient with us with restoring any outages that have occurred this winter. Please stay patient with us. Just know that we're prepared. We have a lot of additional crews, and we're ready. But it may take time just for the safety of our crews to be able to restore the outages.
And one more question, Jake. How would you say this storm differs from, say, a traditional nor'easter, or does it?
Sure. Well, the biggest difference, I think, is really the elevated winds. That's the biggest concern for us. Sometimes with the nor'easters, you get that heavy, wet snow, and that can be a real problem for the electricity infrastructure. That shouldn't be a problem this time around. But those hurricane-force winds, which this is the second or third time we're seeing those this winter, those are a big concern.
All right, Jake Navarro with National Grid, thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to stay on top of the power situation. Again, heed the warning. Get out now. Have a plan. Have water. Have food. Have warm clothing, and a way to stay warm should you lose power in this storm. We'll be right back.
Robitussin has a unique dual-action liquid that instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Control your cough with Robitussin.
Cofequince number 5, the sleepless night.
Sorry.
Robitussin DM Max Nighttime's dual-action liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the Cofequinces.
Robitussin has a dual-action liquid that soothes your throat and relieves your cough.
The future of the market is never clear, but at T. Rowe Price, we can help guide your retirement savings. Our experience is one reason 100% of our retirement funds beat their 10-year Lipper averages. So wherever your long-term goals take you, we can help you feel confident. Request your prospectus or summary prospectus with investment information, risks, fees, and expenses to read and consider carefully before investing. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
Looks like 20 feet.
At Intel, they have this technology. You can take a picture and measure the distance before you jump.
Intel, this is where it all changes.
If you suffer from a dry mouth, then you'll know how uncomfortable it can be. But did you know that the lack of saliva can also lead to tooth decay and bad breath? Well, there is Biotene, specially formulated with moisturizers and lubricants. Biotene can provide soothing relief, and it helps keep your mouth healthy, too. Biotene, for people who suffer from a dry mouth.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
Winter Storm Neptune.
It's going to be... We spend much of the day on our feet. Why not do it comfortably? Come to Noble Shoes and discover a huge variety of shoes and immerse yourself in a new level of comfort. We carry the best names in comfort footwear in the world. Wherever your day takes you, we have the right shoe for you. Noble Shoes, North Lake Boulevard and Military Trail in Palm Beach Gardens.
At Outbacker Lincoln, we want you to have luxury for less. That's why we offer price, value, and selection. Price, like the all-new 2015 Lincoln MKC, just $299 a month. Or a 2015 Lincoln MKZ, also just $299 a month. Value, with bottom-line windshield pricing. Selection, over 200 new Lincolns to choose from. Only at Outbacker Lincoln on Military Trail. And remember, before you fly, Price Packer.
To start your benefits.
Call 888-997-1426 now.
Currently in our area, 64 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 67. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 47. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, mainly sunny, high 74. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. We continue our coverage of Winter Storm Octavia. It's going to be impacting the south, and as it does, it's going to be bringing snow as well as that icing potential. We're talking freezing rain. Winter storm watch is in effect. You can see from Oklahoma over towards Alabama, Birmingham, Huntsville. I expect some of these to change over surely to winter storm warnings, but right now we have watches in effect. We're really going to start to see some of that icing setting up for, say, southern parts of Missouri, right through Arkansas, right around dinner time tomorrow. Accumulation not so much in Oklahoma, but it makes its way over towards the east. Anywhere you're seeing in purple, right along 40, that's where we're going to see really the worst problems with that freezing rain. To the north, we're looking at snow. That includes like Cape Girardeau, Souls into Paducah, Nashville. You could be looking at your heaviest snowfall you've seen in about 5 years, estimating about 3 to 5 inches. Here's Monday. Look in that wintry mix. You can see where that freeze line is setting up. We'll see some of that working into areas like Atlanta on Monday. Then comes Monday night. Starting to see the temperatures warm up, but also adding that icing over towards areas like the Carolinas from Monday night. And we continue to track Octavia even through Tuesday with all that cold air in place. Julie.
That will be a mess. Another mess we have setting up in the northeast. And Dale Eck is with me now, head of our Global Forecast Center, tracking all of that. Dale, just now getting going really in the Midwest.
Yeah, we're getting a lot more reports of wind expanding across the Midwest as well as snowfall. If we take a look at the latest radar, we can see that the snow is widespread now, getting its way all the way down into Kentucky. And we just had with this line right here, the winds gusted to over 50 miles an hour in the Dayton area. So the energy from Neptune is really showing up as the storm starts to push south out of the Great Lakes, and that energy is going to transfer to the East Coast as we go on into tonight, and especially tomorrow morning is when it's going to peak out in terms of conditions. So we're going to put this into motion. You can see how the storm, the energy shifts to the coast, and we're going to get more snow, and eventually we're going to have a blizzard for eastern New England as we go on into tomorrow morning. If you don't need to be out, you don't want to be out in this part of the country. The good news is the snow moves out quickly, but the storm is intensifying. It's going to dump snow, and it's also going to be bringing with it a lot of wind, and wind is going to be a big problem with this system as we go on through.
I think one of the biggest problems, really, the wind and then the really cold air that's coming in behind it. So if you lose power in this kind of situation, big trouble.
Yes.
All right. Stay with us. A lot more to come. We'll be right back.
Oh, there's an energy crisis happening, all right. A human one. And it's time to fight it. With the good energy of Quaker Oats. It's how we help keep go-getters like you going and getting. One bite at a time. Try new Quick Steel Cut oatmeal for a heartier texture. Quaker Up.
Hey, buddy, you're squashing me. Liquid wart remover could take weeks to treat.
Embarrassing wart? Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away wipes them out fast with as few as one treatment.
Freeze Away!
Dr. Scholl's, the #1 selling freeze brand.
There's a myth out there that you can't do it all. That you can't be everything to everyone. Well, consider that myth shattered. This is the full line of Ram ProMaster vans and the all-new Ram ProMaster City, built to help you run the town from every direction.
If you don't think top of my game when you think AARP, you don't know ARP. AARP Staying Sharp keeps your brain healthy with online exercises by the top minds in brain science. Find more real possibilities at aarp.org/possibilities.
Hut. When it comes to losing weight, everyone has a number. And if you want to get your performance back and feel great, do what I did. One call and I lost it all. 22 pounds gone.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist or your money back, guaranteed.
Nutrisystem has everything you need to feel better, look better, and perform better at any age, faster than ever before.
I haven't felt this good in years. Thank you, Nutrisystem. I lost 8 pounds in the first week.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes and Craving Crusher shakes, free. New food selections, new expert guides. Call now and lock in 2014 prices, and shipping is free.
Whether your number's 10 or 50, make the right call. Nutrisystem.
Call 855-789-FIN now and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
Why do you want to get everybody Spring Valley vitamins from Walmart? Because you need him to feel healthy for your big reunion. Because you need to feel the moves, not the ears.
Dance Team Captain 95.
And because you need Grandpa to feel like he has more energy than they do. Shop the whole line of Spring Valley vitamins now. Only at Walmart.com and Walmart.
Weather invention.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency. Oh my God!
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Never seen anything like this in my life.
Welcome back. We want to continue here in the lab with Global Forecast Center Director Dale Eck. And Dale, we're talking about a lot of snow, blizzard conditions with Neptune, but just how much?
Well, if we take a look at the map here, here's what we're really expecting the total to be with Neptune. And you can see it's really down East Maine where we expect the, we'll call it ridiculous amounts of snow like we've seen with so many of these storm systems. But even in Boston, we're talking about another 10 inches of snow. They just can't take any more snow. And even back to New York City, we may be talking about 4 to 6 inches of snow. But the important thing here is the fact that no matter how much snow you're going to get, it's going to be extremely windy. This storm is going to wind up and intensify off the New England coast. So as we go through this evening, a little bit of wind, but watch what happens overnight tonight. By tomorrow morning, a lot of the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic going to be looking at wind gusts 40, 50, and even 60 miles an hour up in New England, and that really can cause problems. We're fearful of power outages in this area, some destruction from the wind, and then with such bitter cold temperatures, people could really be in danger in this part of the country if you lose your power and then it's so cold. Look at these wind chills that we're forecasting for Monday morning.
Cold. This is crazy cold. And keep in mind that these wind chills are not just going to be here and gone.
No.
I mean, they're going to be sticking around. So
a good 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah, and so if you lose power, I mean, this is life-threatening.
And the other part about this storm is with this cold that's coming down behind Neptune, that's going to lay the stage for the cold air getting deep into the south, and then as the next bout of moisture comes comes in, we're going to be talking about a southern snow system, Octavia.
This is Winter Storm Octavia, just named today, and we're looking at a big mess all across the Deep South.
Yeah, it looks like across the from Arkansas across to northern Georgia, it's going to be some ice and then more sleet in Georgia. That may be a little better than the ice, but definitely accumulating snow from southeastern Missouri right on over through Tennessee and in toward the Charlotte area.
Boy, that I-40 corridor from Little Rock out, it's just going to be a mess.
Yeah, it is.
All right. And we want people here to take precautions as well, because obviously when you have the word snow and ice in the south, that equates to a very bad time at the grocery store, a very bad time on the roads. So, yeah. Take cover now. Get your stuff ready. All right. We will have continuing coverage 24 hours here on the Weather Channel of winter storms Neptune and Octavia nonstop all weekend long. We've got Dave Schwartz and Alex Wilson up next.
Currently in our area, 64 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunny, high 67. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 47. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, mainly sunny, high 74. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Right now on Weather Center Live, punishing dangerous cold. Right now, nearly 100 million people are under wind chill warnings. And the snow is on the way. Blizzard warnings already up in the Northeast. Mike Seidel is in Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Here on the South Shore of Massachusetts, they're bracing for yet another blizzard. Blinding snowfall, dangerous wind chills, more coastal flooding issues. I'm meteorologist Mike Seidel in Plymouth. Weather Center Live starts now.
Welcome to Weather Center Live, a special edition. I'm Dave Schwartz along with Alex Wilson.
And we've got two dangerous storms in play right now. Snow, ice, bitter cold temperatures. Here are the weather warnings in effect right now. And we've got a lot of real estate covered within that. Take a look at this. We've got winter storm warnings where you see the blue, the blizzard warnings off towards the east. That's closer to places like Boston and Portland and Bangor, down into parts of Rhode Island, Connecticut, even a bit of Long Island. Then the winter weather advisories, the winter storm warnings stretch further off towards the east, or west, I should say, where we are going to be getting in on the winter weather, and not just the snow, but also the wind and the cold. Going to be big effects from these storms. And Dave, you've got more on Boston, a city that just does not want to see any more.
Oh, that's right. They're going to get it again, Alex. In Boston, you're 1 inch away from being the snowiest month on record, the snowiest month in recorded history. Get that snow shovel out now because the temperature is about to plummet to the south. Sunday night and Monday will be a mess in places such as Nashville, Tennessee, Memphis, even Atlanta. Alex, these two storms will impact nearly a third of the country.
And here's what we know right now. Boston officials say they have already nearly doubled their $18 million snow removal budget for the year. Cranes have been brought in to clear snow from a New Hampshire elementary school roof before the next snowstorm approaches. And a snow emergency and parking ban will begin at 10 p.m. tonight in Boston. Tickets and towing will not begin until midnight. However, you've got to get your cars off the street. Dave?
All right, so let's deal with these storms one at a time. First, starting off in the Northeast and Midwest. Here is Neptune just getting its act together. It came across southwestern Canada, crossed over the Great Lakes, and now at least we see one piece of energy here, one piece of energy there. The spin It's this one that's going to take over. Low pressure develops across Pennsylvania, moves out south of Long Island, and then becomes the big bomb that everybody's been talking about over the last couple of days. High pressure in the wake of this storm is strong. So once the storm moves by, at least the area of low pressure moves by, then we're going to see this strong winds, as we've seen in parts of Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Gusts to 50 miles an hour routine. And the storm will only strengthen later tonight. That's why we're talking about blizzard conditions here right along the East Coast. If you could help me advance this graphic, then we could get into some radars. I want to show you what this storm has already done in the Midwest, where the snow has just been coming down like gangbusters. Northeast Ohio, some lake-enhanced snow in northern Indiana, reducing visibility. And the winds, once again, we even have a blizzard warning up here in the UP of Michigan. So, you know, they're not going to get a whole lot of snow, but they've got a whole lot of wind blowing the snow around, reducing visibility, hence the blizzard. The heavy snow, at least briefly, out ahead of the cold front, there is your Arctic front. Once that moves through, looking at Pittsburgh here the next couple of hours, the winds will really pick up. You got to be careful. Being outside tonight could just be super dangerous. Alex, back to you.
Absolutely way too cold to be outside. And of course, don't forget about your pets. Bring them in. Plymouth, Massachusetts is still digging out from over 30 inches of snow from Juneau 3 weeks ago. Now Neptune is set to drop another round of major snow. Meteorologist Mike Seidel is there today ahead of this next storm.
They're wondering, where are they going to put another foot of snow from Neptune? Look at the mountain of snow I'm standing on, and as far as the eye can see, all you have is mountains of snowfall piled in most areas 4 to 5 feet high on these roadways. Let me take you back to just a few weeks ago. Juneau hit this area hard with hurricane-force wind gusts. I was right over there in the front of the East Bay Grill, the wind coming off the harbor, and you can see the snow blinding, near zero visibility, knocking me over at times. We had hurricane-force wind gusts here in Plymouth County. And we're going to see the same thing again early Sunday morning through Sunday evening. That's when the worst of the storm will hit here. 3, 4 in the morning, the snow's going to kick in. That storm's going to start to really explosively develop off the coast, and that will kick in these winds. Out on the Cape, they could gust over 75 miles an hour. We could get gusts here to 70 miles an hour. So we're going to have heavy snow, wind-driven, and once the snow ends by mid-afternoon, we're still going to have the ground blizzards because this wind is going to howl into Sunday evening, and the cold air will come in. That's going to knock those wind chills way below zero. By Monday morning out here in Plymouth, we're going to see wind chills down to 20, maybe 25 below zero. That's life-threatening. And hopefully that wind doesn't knock out too much power, because we did have sporadic power outages a few weeks ago with Juneau. Sub-zero wind chills into at least Tuesday morning. Tomorrow will be a no-travel day, a day you need to stay at home and hope your power stays on. We'll be here throughout the night and into Sunday. Myself and Jim Cantori from Plymouth. Back to you.
Good point, Mike. Time to start thinking about what you would do if